God finally exposed your daughter. What was hidden is shocking. Don't scroll, listen to this. This message is for you, and your heart needs this right now, because what's being revealed is not meant to scare you. It's meant to protect, heal, and realign, so take a breath and stay with me, because this moment is sacred and timely. Don't scroll, because God's timing doesn't interrupt by accident. Listen to this. What was hidden wasn't exposed to shame or punish, it was exposed to save, to guide, to surround your daughter with the care she didn't know how to ask for. Don't scroll, because parents feel things before they understand them. Listen to this. You may have sensed something lately. A shift in her energy, a quiet distance, a strength that felt heavier than it should. Don't scroll, because that intuition wasn't fear, it was awareness. Listen to this. God has been speaking through your instincts, and now the curtain is lifting gently, not violently. Don't scroll, because this exposure is mercy. Listen to this. What was hidden wasn't what people assume when they hear the word exposed. It wasn't wrongdoing or rebellion, it was a silent burden, a sensitivity, a depth that grew faster than her words could explain. Don't scroll, because some children carry grown-up weights in quiet hearts. Listen to this. Your daughter has been strong in ways that went unseen, and strength without support can become isolation. Don't scroll, because isolation is what God is interrupting right now. Listen to this. He saw what she kept inside. The thoughts she didn't share, the emotions she managed alone, the questions she carried about who she is and where she belongs. Don't scroll, because belonging is a soul-level need. Listen to this. And when a soul is searching, heaven leans in. Don't scroll, because this exposure is heaven leaning in. Listen to this. You may be replaying moments, wondering if you missed signs. Don't scroll, because this is not about blame. Listen to this. God is not pointing fingers, He's opening doors. Don't scroll, because doors open when it's safe to walk through them. Listen to this. The timing matters, and the timing is now because her destiny is sensitive in this season. Don't scroll, because sensitive seasons require divine covering. Listen to this. That's why things surfaced suddenly, why truth found light, why conversations couldn't stay buried anymore. Don't scroll, because buried things grow roots. Listen to this. And God pulled it up gently before it could tangle her future. Don't scroll, because her future is bright and protected. Listen to this. You may have noticed signs around this time, repeating numbers like 1111 when you worried late at night, or 444 when you prayed for guidance. Don't scroll, because those were confirmations. Listen to this. 1111 speaks of awakening and alignment, a reminder that something is coming into clarity. Don't scroll, because clarity is compassion in action. Listen to this. 444 is protection, boundaries being set by heaven itself. Don't scroll, because God placed a shield where words couldn't reach yet. Listen to this. Your daughter is awakening to herself, and awakening can be confusing before it's empowering. Don't scroll, because confusion is part of growth. Listen to this. She's not lost. She's unfolding. Don't scroll, because unfolding looks messy before it looks beautiful. Listen to this. God exposed what was hidden so you could see her clearly, not through fear, but through understanding. Don't scroll, because understanding changes how you respond. Listen to this. This is also about love. Don't scroll, because love is learning how to meet someone where they are. Listen to this. Her heart is forming its language. Her spirit is learning discernment, and heaven stepped in to guide that process. Don't scroll, because guidance now prevents pain later. Listen to this. Especially when it comes to relationships and identity. Don't scroll, because soulmate themes don't begin in romance. They begin in self-recognition. Listen to this. God is aligning her with people who will see her fully, not take advantage of her sensitivity. Don't scroll, because sensitivity is a gift when protected. Listen to this. You didn't fail her. Don't scroll, because God doesn't wait for perfection to move. Listen to this. He waits for readiness, and you are ready now to see what she couldn't say. Don't scroll, because this revelation is an invitation to listen deeper, to hold space, to speak life. Listen to this. Your presence matters more than answers right now. Don't scroll, because safety heals faster than solutions. Listen to this. The shock you feel will turn into relief. Don't scroll, because truth frees when it's met with love. Listen to this. What's ahead is not punishment. It's alignment. Don't scroll, because alignment brings peace. Listen to this. And peace is already settling, even if questions remain. Don't scroll, because questions are okay. Listen to this. God is walking this with you. Don't scroll, because you are not alone in this moment. Listen to this. The next part reveals why this exposure happened exactly now and how it protects her future in ways you'll soon recognize. Stay here, because this story is not ending, it's opening. Don't scroll. Listen to this. This message is for you, and your heart needs this right now, because what was revealed didn't surface to overwhelm you. It surfaced to protect what's next. Stay with me, because this layer explains why the timing was precise and why heaven chose now to bring light to what stayed hidden. Listen closely. When God exposes something, it's not to spotlight weakness, it's to unlock support. Don't scroll, because support is how destiny survives sensitive seasons. Listen to this. Your daughter wasn't hiding because she was afraid of you. She was quiet because she didn't yet have the language for what she was carrying. Don't scroll, because many souls mature before their words catch up. Listen to this. Maturity without guidance can feel lonely, and loneliness is what God interrupted. Don't scroll, because isolation makes burdens heavier than they need to be. Listen to this. What came to light now is a doorway to connection, not a verdict. Don't scroll, because heaven doesn't reveal to condemn. Listen to this. It reveals to heal. Don't scroll, because healing happens best in the presence of safety. Listen to this. Safety is being established around her right now. Don't scroll, because you're part of that safety. Listen to this. You may be asking why you didn't know sooner. Don't scroll, because knowledge arrives when it can be held gently. Listen to this. Earlier would have created fear, later would have created distance. Don't scroll, because now creates understanding. Listen to this. God chose now because hearts are softer, boundaries are clearer, and the path ahead is forming. Don't scroll, because formation requires honesty. Listen to this. Honesty doesn't always arrive with neat explanations. Don't scroll, because it often arrives with emotion first. Listen to this. Emotion is not the enemy here. Don't scroll, because emotion is the messenger. Listen to this. Your daughter's emotions have been signaling for a while, and heaven amplified them just enough for you to notice without panic. Don't scroll, because panic shuts down listening. Listen to this. Calm attention opens healing. Don't scroll, because God is inviting calm attention right now. Listen to this. The signs you've been seeing, those moments of pause, the repeating numbers, the gentle nudges, weren't random. Don't scroll, because nothing about this season is random. Listen to this. Seeing numbers like 222 when you wondered how to respond points to balance being restored. Don't scroll, because balance means no one carries this alone. Listen to this. 3. 3 may have shown up when you questioned if you were enough. Don't scroll, because 33 confirms alignment between heart, mind, and spirit. Listen to this. alignment is what's being built between you and her now. Don't scroll, because alignment strengthens trust. Listen to this. Trust is the bridge forward. Don't scroll, because without trust, guidance falls flat. Listen to this. God didn't expose what was hidden to change who she is. Don't scroll, because He exposed it to protect who she's becoming. Listen to this. Becoming is sacred. Don't scroll, because becoming is fragile. Listen to this. Fragile things require careful hands. Don't scroll, because harsh reactions bruise growth. Listen to this. Gentleness strengthens it. Don't scroll, because gentleness is strength under control. Listen to this. You are being called into that strength now. Don't scroll, because your response matters more than the revelation itself. Listen to this. The way you listen, the way you pause, the way you stay present will shape how this unfolds. Don't scroll, because presence communicates safety louder than words. Listen to this. Safety allows honesty to continue. Don't scroll, because honesty closes the gap between fear and trust. Listen to this. This exposure also redirected influences around her. Don't scroll, because God filters environments when destinies are sensitive. Listen to this. Influences that would confuse, pressure, or rush her are being removed quietly. Don't scroll, because quiet removal prevents drama. Listen to this. Drama is not needed for transformation. Don't scroll, because steady guidance creates lasting change. Listen to this. You may notice shifts in who she gravitates toward, what she values, what she resists. Don't scroll, because resistance can be wisdom forming. Listen to this. Wisdom often looks like hesitation before it looks like confidence. Don't scroll, because confidence grows in safe soil. Listen to this. You are helping prepare that soil now. Don't scroll, because your steadiness teaches her how to steady herself. Listen to this. God is also protecting her future relationships through this exposure. Don't scroll, because early clarity prevents later heartbreak. Listen to this. Soulmate alignment is not about rushing into romance. Don't scroll, because it's about learning self-respect first. Listen to this. Self-respect attracts respect. Don't scroll, because respect is the baseline for healthy love. Listen to this. The exposure taught her something important. That her inner world matters. Don't scroll, because being seen is the antidote to shame. Listen to this. Shame dissolves when truth is met with compassion. Don't scroll, because compassion heals faster than correction. Listen to this. Heaven chose compassion for this chapter. Don't scroll, because compassion keeps hearts open. Listen to this. Open hearts can be guided. Don't scroll, because closed hearts harden. Listen to this. Nothing here requires punishment or fear. Don't scroll, because fear would only silence what needs to be expressed. Listen to this. Expression is the goal. Don't scroll, because expression allows growth to move forward. Listen to this. You might feel protective instincts rising. Don't scroll, because protection is natural. Listen to this. But protection works best when paired with trust. Don't scroll, because trust communicates belief in her strength. Listen to this. Believing in her strength doesn't mean ignoring vulnerability. Don't scroll, because vulnerability is strength learning to breathe. Listen to this. God exposed what was hidden so vulnerability could be supported. Don't scroll, because support changes outcomes. Listen to this. Outcomes are shifting already. Don't scroll, because awareness altered the trajectory. Listen to this. You are standing at a threshold. Don't scroll, because thresholds feel uncertain before they feel hopeful. Listen to this. Hope is forming quietly now. Don't scroll, because hope doesn't need noise to grow. Listen to this. The next part reveals how this new awareness opens doors to healing conversations, renewed connection, and a future that feels safer for both of you. Stay here, because this unfolding is guided, gentle, and far from finished. Don't scroll, listen to this. This message is for you, and your heart needs this right now, because what's unfolding next is not about fear. It's about understanding, alignment, and a deeper layer of protection that's still working quietly behind the scenes. Stay with me, because this part reveals how the exposure is turning into guidance and why the signs you're noticing now are confirmations, not coincidences. Listen closely. When God exposes something tender, He immediately follows it with reassurance. Don't scroll, because reassurance stabilizes the heart so truth can be held without panic. Listen to this. You may be noticing subtle changes already. The way conversations feel calmer, the way emotions rise and pass instead of exploding, the way there's more listening than reacting. Don't scroll, because that shift is intentional. Listen to this. Heaven is slowing the emotional pace so clarity can settle in. Don't scroll, because clarity doesn't rush. Listen to this. It lands gently when the environment is safe. Don't scroll, because safety is being established around your daughter now. Listen to this. The divine numbers appearing lately are part of that reassurance. Don't scroll, because angel numbers don't show up to confuse. Listen to this. They show up to confirm divine involvement. Don't scroll, because you might be seeing 111 or 11. 11 during moments of reflection or prayer. Listen to this. Those numbers signal awakening and alignment. Don't scroll, because awakening doesn't mean something is wrong. Listen to this. It means something is becoming clear. Don't scroll, because clarity is compassion from heaven. Listen to this. Seeing 111 now is a reminder that identity is being strengthened. Don't scroll, because your daughter is learning who she is without outside pressure defining her. Listen to this. Identity formation is sacred. Don't scroll, because it shapes every future decision. Listen to this. God stepped in because this stage required guidance, not guesswork. Don't scroll, because guesswork leaves room for confusion. Listen to this. Confusion is what's being removed. Don't scroll, because peace is replacing it. Listen to this. You may also notice 222 appearing during moments when balance is restored, after a calm talk, after a shared understanding, after a deep breath. Don't scroll, because 222 represents harmony and partnership. Listen to this. It's a sign that you're not meant to carry this alone. Don't scroll, because partnership between you and your daughter is being strengthened now. Listen to this. Strengthened partnerships are built through presence, not perfection. Don't scroll, because perfection intimidates. Listen to this. Presence reassures. Don't scroll, because reassurance builds trust. Listen to this. Trust allows honesty to continue unfolding. Don't scroll, because honesty is a process, not a single moment. Listen to this. God did not expose everything at once because overwhelm shuts hearts down. Don't scroll, because hearts open gradually when they feel safe. Listen to this. You may feel moments of emotion rising unexpectedly. Sadness, relief, even gratitude. Don't scroll, because those emotions are signs of integration. Listen to this. Integration is the body and spirit catching up with awareness. Don't scroll, because awareness came first. Listen to this. Integration follows gently. Don't scroll, because gentle processes last longer. Listen to this. You might also be seeing 333 during moments when understanding clicks or compassion replaces fear. Don't scroll, because 333 represents alignment between heart, mind, and spirit. Listen to this. That alignment is forming in your home right now. Don't scroll, because alignment changes how problems are approached. Listen to this. Instead of fixing, you're listening, don't scroll, because listening is healing. Listen to this, God is teaching you how to listen beyond words. To tone, energy, and what isn't being said yet. Don't scroll, because what isn't said often carries the most truth. Listen to this, your daughter is learning that her inner world is welcome. Don't scroll, because welcome dissolves shame. Listen to this, shame cannot survive where acceptance lives. Don't scroll, because acceptance invites growth. Listen to this, growth is the goal, not control. Don't scroll, because control breeds resistance. Listen to this, guidance invites cooperation. Don't scroll, because cooperation allows wisdom to emerge naturally. Listen to this, you may also see 444 when you feel the urge to protect, set boundaries, or create structure. Don't scroll, because 444 represents divine protection and stability. Listen to this, God is reinforcing the foundation around her now. Don't scroll, because foundations matter when futures are forming. Listen to this, structure here doesn't mean restriction. Don't scroll, because it means support. Listen to this, supported growth feels steady, not pressured. Don't scroll, because pressure creates rebellion or withdrawal. Listen to this, steadiness invites confidence. Don't scroll, because confidence grows when mistakes aren't punished but understood. Listen to this, understanding does not mean agreement with everything. Don't scroll, because it means curiosity instead of judgment. Listen to this, curiosity keeps dialogue open. Don't scroll, because open dialogue prevents secrets from growing roots. Listen to this, God exposed what was hidden so nothing harmful could grow in silence. Don't scroll, because silence without safety breeds misunderstanding. Listen to this, safety transforms silence into reflection. Don't scroll, because reflection is healthy. Listen to this, you might feel moments where you don't know exactly what to say. Don't scroll, because that's okay. Listen to this, sometimes being present is more powerful than having answers. Don't scroll, because answers come with time. Listen to this, time is being honored now. Don't scroll, because rushing would disrupt healing. Listen to this, the divine number 5. 5 may appear during moments when you sense change happening gently. Don't scroll, because 55 represents transformation guided by wisdom. Listen to this, transformation doesn't always look dramatic. Don't scroll, because sometimes it looks like relief. Listen to this, relief that truth is no longer hidden. Don't scroll, because hidden things weigh heavy. Listen to this, lightness is returning gradually. Don't scroll, because lightness allows joy to re-enter. Listen to this, joy doesn't cancel seriousness. Don't scroll, because it balances it. Listen to this, balance is the theme of this phase. Don't scroll, because extremes are calming. Listen to this, God is calming emotional extremes so wisdom can guide both of you forward. Don't scroll, because forward movement doesn't require forgetting the past. Listen to this, it requires learning from it. Don't scroll, because learning creates resilience. Listen to this, resilience is what your daughter is building now. Don't scroll, because resilience comes from being seen and supported. Listen to this, she is being seen more clearly now than ever before. Don't scroll, because clarity replaces misunderstanding. Listen to this, misunderstanding often creates distance. Don't scroll, because clarity creates closeness. Listen to this, closeness does not mean losing boundaries. Don't scroll, because boundaries are part of safety. Listen to this, safety allows trust to deepen. Don't scroll, because trust is the bridge to healing conversations. Listen to this, those conversations will unfold naturally when the moment is right. Don't scroll, because forcing them would close hearts. listen to this. Patience is the virtue being strengthened now, don't scroll, because patience protects relationships during growth, listen to this. You may also notice 6 hours 66 minutes or 6:06 during moments of emotional harmony, don't scroll, because those numbers symbolize balance and nurturing energy, listen to this. Nurturing is what's needed now, don't scroll, because nurturing supports growth without pressure, listen to this. God exposed what was hidden so nurturing could replace guessing, don't scroll, because guessing creates anxiety, listen to this. Anxiety is dissolving as understanding grows. Don't scroll, because understanding is replacing fear, listen to this. Fear would have distorted your response, don't scroll, because wisdom steadies it, listen to this. You are being guided step by step, don't scroll, because you don't need the whole map yet, listen to this. Just the next calm step, don't scroll, because that step is grounded in love, listen to this. Love here is not permissive or controlling, don't scroll, because it's present, listen to this. Presence is the greatest gift right now, don't scroll, because presence says, you're not alone, listen to this. That message is healing more than you realize, don't scroll, because healing doesn't always announce itself, listen to this. It unfolds quietly, don't scroll, because quiet doesn't mean inactive, listen to this. It means protected, don't scroll, because protection is still active, listen to this. The next part reveals how this growing understanding opens a new chapter of trust, confidence, and forward movement for your daughter. And why this exposure becomes a turning point, not a wound. Stay here, because this unfolding is guided with care. Don't scroll, listen to this. This message is for you, and your heart needs this right now, because this part reveals how the exposure you're witnessing is transforming into strength and why the divine numbers appearing around you are confirming forward momentum rather than uncertainty. Stay with me, because what's happening now is the stabilization phase, the part where fear gives way to confidence and understanding turns into direction. Listen closely. When God brings something hidden into the light, He doesn't leave it exposed. He fortifies it. Don't scroll, because fortification is protection refined. Listen to this. You may already feel a subtle shift in the atmosphere around your daughter, a steadier rhythm in her emotions, a quiet courage beginning to surface. Don't scroll, because courage often whispers before it stands tall. Listen to this. Heaven is reinforcing her inner foundation right now, and the signs are gentle but consistent. Don't scroll, because consistency is how God reassures without overwhelming. Listen to this. You might notice the divine number 444 appearing during moments when you're thinking about boundaries, routines, or creating a sense of normalcy. Don't scroll, because 444 represents stability, structure, and divine protection locking into place. Listen to this. Structure here doesn't mean restriction. It means safety. Don't scroll, because safety allows growth to continue without fear. Listen to this. God is building a strong framework around her heart and mind so the truth that surfaced doesn't shake her identity. Don't scroll, because identity is being strengthened, not questioned. Listen to this. You may also see 7 hours 77 minutes or 7:17 when you reflect on faith, patience, or trust. Don't scroll, because 7 signifies spiritual wisdom and inner knowing. Listen to this. Wisdom is what's rising now. Don't scroll, because wisdom comes after understanding. Listen to this. Understanding arrived through exposure, and wisdom is what follows when love stays present. Don't scroll, because love is the constant here. Listen to this. You might feel moments of reassurance without knowing exactly why. Don't scroll, because reassurance doesn't always come with explanations. Listen to this. It comes with peace. Don't scroll, because peace is the confirmation that the process is unfolding correctly. Listen to this. God is not rushing healing. Don't scroll, because rushed healing cracks under pressure. Listen to this. Instead, He's allowing truth to settle so it becomes integrated rather than traumatic. Don't scroll, because integration is the goal. Listen to this. Integration means the truth becomes part of the story without defining the whole story. Don't scroll, because your daughter is more than what was revealed. Listen to this. She is becoming more because it was revealed. Don't scroll, because awareness expands capacity. Listen to this. Capacity allows resilience. Don't scroll, because resilience prepares her for future relationships, challenges, and choices. Listen to this. You may notice a new sense of self-respect emerging. Don't scroll, because self-respect often forms quietly. Listen to this. It shows up as hesitation before agreeing, as curiosity before reacting, as the courage to say, I need time. Don't scroll, because time is being honored now. Listen to this. Honoring time prevents regret. Don't scroll, because regret grows when people feel rushed. Listen to this. God removed the rush so discernment could lead. Don't scroll, because discernment protects the heart from confusion. Listen to this. The divine number 3. 3 may appear when conversations feel balanced or when empathy replaces tension. Don't scroll, because 33 reflects harmony between heart, mind, and spirit. Listen to this. That harmony is being cultivated in your home. Don't scroll, because harmony creates a safe container for growth. Listen to this. You might feel less urgency to fix things now. Don't scroll, because fixing often comes from anxiety. Listen to this. And anxiety has been eased. Don't scroll, because calm presence is replacing it. Listen to this. Calm presence communicates trust. Don't scroll, because trust empowers your daughter to speak honestly without fear of consequences. Listen to this. Honesty deepens when it's met with patience. Don't scroll, because patience is the bridge between truth and healing. Listen to this. God is strengthening that bridge now. Don't scroll, because bridges require support on both sides. Listen to this. You are one side. Heaven is the other. Don't scroll, because this is a partnership. Listen to this. You might also see 818 or 888 when you think about the future or possibilities opening. Don't scroll, because 8 symbolizes abundance, renewal, and cycles turning toward growth. Listen to this. Abundance here isn't material. It's emotional and spiritual capacity expanding. Don't scroll, because capacity allows joy to return without guilt. Listen to this. Guilt is dissolving as understanding grows. Don't scroll, because guilt has no place in healing. Listen to this. Compassion does. Don't scroll, because compassion creates safety. Listen to this. Safety allows vulnerability to become strength. Don't scroll, because vulnerability teaches resilience when supported. Listen to this. Your daughter is learning that her inner world is not a burden but a gift. Don't scroll, because gifts need guidance. Listen to this. Guidance is being provided now through structure, boundaries, and consistent presence. Don't scroll, because consistency builds trust. Listen to this. Trust stabilizes emotions. Don't scroll, because stabilized emotions allow focus. Listen to this. Focus is necessary for healthy identity formation. Don't scroll, because identity shapes destiny. Listen to this. God intervened because destiny is forming. Don't scroll, because formation is delicate. Listen to this. You may notice she's more reflective, more thoughtful, perhaps quieter at times. Don't scroll, because reflection is integration. listen to this, integration allows lessons to become wisdom without scars, don't scroll, because scars were not required here, listen to this, God chose gentleness, don't scroll, because gentleness preserves openness, listen to this. Openness is what allows future love to be healthy, don't scroll. Because healthy love requires self-awareness, listen to this, self-awareness is growing now, don't scroll, because awareness prevents repetition of harmful patterns, listen to this, the protection you're seeing is also protecting her future choices, don't scroll, because early clarity prevents later confusion, listen to this, you may feel moments where gratitude replaces fear, don't scroll, because gratitude signals acceptance. Listen to this, acceptance does not mean agreement with every feeling, don't scroll, because it means acknowledging them without judgment, listen to this, judgment shuts doors, don't scroll, because acknowledgement opens them, listen to this, doors are opening internally first, don't scroll, because internal doors must open before external opportunities align, listen to this, God is aligning the internal world so the external world can respond safely, don't scroll, because safety remains the priority, listen to this, you may also notice 5:55 when change feels imminent but not chaotic, don't scroll, because 5:55 represents transformation guided by wisdom, listen to this, transformation here is steady, not disruptive, don't scroll, because steadiness builds confidence, listen to this, confidence allows your daughter to trust herself more, don't scroll, because self-trust reduces dependence on validation, listen to this, validation seeking can be risky during growth, don't scroll, because it places power outside. Listen to this, power is being reclaimed internally now, don't scroll, because internal power leads to healthy boundaries, listen to this, boundaries protect joy, don't scroll, because joy is returning gradually, listen to this, joy doesn't erase seriousness, don't scroll, because it balances it, listen to this, balance is the theme of this phase, don't scroll, because extremes are settling, listen to this, God is calming the waters so direction becomes visible, don't scroll, because calm water reflects truth more clearly, listen to this, reflection reveals identity, don't scroll. Because identity is being affirmed, listen to this, affirmed identity walks forward with confidence, don't scroll, because confidence invites respect, listen to this, respect changes environments, don't scroll, because environments shape growth, listen to this, God is adjusting environments now, internally and externally. So growth continues unhindered, don't scroll, because this process is ongoing but stable, listen to this, you don't need to rush to conclusions, don't scroll, because conclusions will form naturally as clarity deepens, listen to this, patience remains your ally, don't scroll, because patience protects relationships during transformation, listen to this, transformation is happening without drama, don't scroll, because drama is not required for truth, listen to this, truth is already doing its work quietly, don't scroll, because quiet does not mean weak, listen to this, it means rooted, don't scroll, because rooted things withstand storms, listen to this, storms were avoided because protection came early, don't scroll, because early intervention saved energy, listen to this, that saved energy is now fueling growth, don't scroll, because growth is evident in how fear is no longer leading, listen to this, love is, don't scroll, because love is the guide forward, listen to this, the next part reveals how this grounded phase transitions into renewed confidence, open communication, and a clearer path ahead for your daughter, one built on trust rather than uncertainty. Stay here, because the unfolding continues with care and purpose. Don't scroll, listen to this. This message is for you, and your heart needs this right now, because this phase is about integration becoming direction, the moment when what was revealed begins to shape confident movement forward without fear. Stay with me, because this part shows how the truth that surfaced is now anchoring wisdom and opening a clearer path ahead. Listen closely. When God exposes something tender, He doesn't leave it floating. He grounds it. Don't scroll, because grounding turns insight into strength. Listen to this. You may notice that the emotional waves are no longer crashing the same way. Don't scroll, because the waters are settling. Listen to this. Settled waters reflect truth more clearly. Don't scroll, because clarity is forming now, not in loud declarations but in steady knowing. Listen to this. That steady knowing is how guidance feels when it's aligned. Don't scroll, because alignment replaces anxiety with confidence. Listen to this. Confidence here doesn't mean certainty about everything. Don't scroll, because it means trust in the process. Listen to this. Trust is being reinforced through signs that feel reassuring rather than urgent. Don't scroll, because urgency has stepped aside. Listen to this. You might notice divine numbers appearing in calmer moments, like 606 when a conversation ends peacefully, or 808 when you think about the future without dread. Don't scroll, because 606 speaks to harmony and nurturing energy settling into place. Listen to this. It's a reminder that care is balanced now, not overbearing, not absent. Don't scroll, because balance is protection matured. Listen to this. 808 signals renewal and capacity expanding. Don't scroll, because capacity means there's room for joy to return without guilt. Listen to this. Guilt has been dissolving quietly. Don't scroll, because guilt is not required for growth. Listen to this. Compassion is. Don't scroll, because compassion teaches without crushing. Listen to this. You may feel more at ease allowing space. Space for reflection, space for gentle questions, space for silence. Don't scroll, because space allows integration. Listen to this. Integration is when lessons become wisdom without reopening wounds. Don't scroll, because wounds were not needed for learning this time. Listen to this. Learning came through awareness and presence. Don't scroll, because presence is powerful. Listen to this. Being present communicates safety more than any speech could. Don't scroll, because safety unlocks honesty. Listen to this. Honesty now has room to grow without fear of consequence. Don't scroll, because consequences are not the focus. Connection is. Listen to this. Connection is being rebuilt on trust rather than assumptions. Don't scroll, because assumptions crumble under clarity. Listen to this. Clarity has arrived gently. Don't scroll, because gentleness preserves openness. Listen to this. You may see 222 when balance shows up in small ways. Shared routines, mutual understanding, quieter evenings. Don't scroll, because 222 affirms partnership and cooperation. Listen to this. Cooperation here doesn't mean control. Don't scroll, because it means collaboration. Listen to this. Collaboration teaches autonomy with support. Don't scroll, because autonomy without support can feel lonely. Listen to this. Support without autonomy can feel suffocating. Don't scroll, because balance honors both. Listen to this. God is teaching balance now. Don't scroll, because balance sustains long-term growth. Listen to this. The emotional temperature is evening out. Don't scroll, because extremes are calming. Listen to this. Calm allows insight to land. Don't scroll, because insight shapes decisions. Listen to this. Decisions are becoming more thoughtful, less reactive. Don't scroll, because reactivity belongs to fear. Listen to this. Fear has been softened by understanding. Don't scroll, because understanding reduces threat perception. Listen to this. Reduced threat allows the nervous system to rest. Don't scroll, because rest is productive here. Listen to this. Rest integrates lessons faster than pressure ever could. Don't scroll, because pressure fractures trust. Listen to this. Trust is being restored through consistency. Don't scroll, because consistency is the language of safety. Listen to this. You might notice how consistency in tone, timing, and presence is doing more than long talks ever did. Don't scroll, because the body reads consistency before words. Listen to this. Bodies learn safety through rhythm. Don't scroll, because rhythm steadies emotion. Listen to this. Steadied emotion opens the door to future-focused thinking. Don't scroll, because the future no longer feels like a threat. Listen to this. It feels like a possibility. Don't scroll, because possibility invites hope. Listen to this. Hope is returning without pressure. Don't scroll, because hope that's pressured turns into disappointment. Listen to this. Unpressured hope is resilient. Don't scroll, because resilience is growing now. Listen to this. You may notice a willingness to ask for time before decisions. Don't scroll, because time is being honored. Listen to this. Honoring time protects clarity. Don't scroll, because clarity prevents regret. Listen to this. Regret was avoided by early exposure. Don't scroll, because early light prevents late pain. Listen to this. The divine number 333 may appear when empathy replaces tension. Don't scroll, because 333 reflects alignment between heart, mind, and spirit. Listen to this. Alignment is becoming the norm. Don't scroll, because the home environment is recalibrating. Listen to this. Recalibration doesn't mean perfection. Don't scroll, because it means direction. Listen to this. Direction is now clearer toward patience, steadiness, and mutual respect. Don't scroll, because respect is the foundation for healthy identity formation. Listen to this. Identity is strengthening quietly. Don't scroll, because identity doesn't need to announce itself to be real. Listen to this. It shows up in boundaries, choices, and self-trust. Don't scroll, because self-trust reduces the need for external validation. Listen to this. Validation seeking is easing as confidence grows. Don't scroll, because confidence grounded in understanding is stable. Listen to this. Stability is the platform for future love, friendships, and purpose. Don't scroll, because instability invites confusion. Listen to this. Confusion has been addressed. Don't scroll, because clarity replaced it. Listen to this. You may see 555 during moments when change feels imminent but not chaotic. Don't scroll, because 555 signals transformation guided by wisdom. Listen to this. Transformation here is paced, not rushed. Don't scroll, because pacing protects hearts. Listen to this. Hearts are being protected while growing. Don't scroll, because growth without protection is risky. Listen to this. Protection without growth is limiting. Don't scroll, because God is balancing both. Listen to this. You may feel a sense of gratitude emerging. Gratitude that truth surfaced gently. Gratitude that connection deepened rather than broke. Don't scroll, because gratitude is a sign of acceptance. Listen to this. Acceptance doesn't mean agreement with every feeling. Don't scroll, because it means acknowledging them without judgment. Listen to this. Judgment closes doors. Don't scroll, because acknowledgement opens them. Listen to this. Doors are opening internally first. Don't scroll, because internal doors must open before external opportunities align. Listen to this. God is aligning the inner world so the outer world responds safely. Don't scroll, because safety remains the priority. Listen to this. You might notice fewer urgent thoughts, fewer late-night spirals. Don't scroll, because calm is settling. Listen to this. Calm doesn't erase seriousness. Don't scroll, because it balances it. Listen to this. Balance supports wise decisions. Don't scroll, because wise decisions shape destiny. Listen to this. Destiny is not being forced. Don't scroll, because it's being formed. Listen to this. Formation takes time and care. Don't scroll, because care prevents damage. Listen to this. Damage was avoided through early intervention. Don't scroll, because intervention preserved trust. Listen to this. Trust is the bridge to open communication. Don't scroll, because communication will continue to deepen naturally. Listen to this. You don't need to rush conversations. Don't scroll, because timing matters. Listen to this. Timing now feels cooperative rather than resistant. Don't scroll, because resistance has eased. Listen to this. Ease doesn't mean complacency. Don't scroll, because it means alignment. Listen to this. Alignment brings relief without denial. Don't scroll, because reality is being faced with support. Listen to this. Support changes everything. Don't scroll, because supported truth becomes strength. Listen to this. Strength here is quiet, steady, and compassionate. Don't scroll, because compassionate strength heals. Listen to this. Healing is ongoing but grounded. Don't scroll, because grounded healing lasts. Listen to this. You are witnessing growth that will hold under pressure. Don't scroll, because pressure no longer dictates outcomes. Listen to this. Wisdom does. Don't scroll, because wisdom was earned. Listen to this. The exposure you feared is becoming the anchor you needed. Don't scroll, because anchors stabilize ships in changing tides. Listen to this. Tides will change again. Don't scroll, because life moves. Listen to this. But this foundation will hold. Don't scroll, because it's built on trust, patience, and presence. Listen to this. The next part reveals how this stability opens a new chapter of confidence, expression, and forward momentum, and why the most difficult moment became the turning point. Stay here, because this story is still unfolding with care. Don't scroll. Listen to this. This message is for you, and your heart needs this right now, because this is the moment where everything finally settles into meaning and what once felt shocking begins to feel purposeful. Stay with me, because this final layer reveals why the exposure became a turning point instead of a wound, and how divine guidance is now shaping a future that feels steadier, safer, and clearer than before. Listen closely. When God brings truth into the open and then anchors it with care, He does so to prepare hearts for what's next. Don't scroll, because preparation is not delay. Listen to this. It's protection maturing into direction. Don't scroll, because direction brings confidence. Listen to this. You may notice a deep calm replacing the urgency you once felt. Don't scroll, because urgency belonged to uncertainty. Listen to this. Certainty doesn't rush. Don't scroll, because it knows what's unfolding is aligned. Listen to this. Alignment feels like quiet assurance rather than loud promises. Don't scroll, because loud promises fade. Listen to this. Quiet assurance lasts. Don't scroll, because you're entering a phase where trust is no longer fragile. Listen to this. It's stable. Don't scroll, because stability changes how challenges are approached. Listen to this. Challenges no longer feel threatening. Don't scroll, because they feel manageable. Listen to this. Manageability is a sign of emotional resilience forming. Don't scroll, because resilience doesn't erase difficulty. Listen to this. It equips you to move through it without losing yourself. Don't scroll, because losing yourself was never part of the lesson. Listen to this. God's intention was preservation. don't scroll, because preservation allows growth without damage. Listen to this. You may see divine numbers like 909 during moments of reflection or closure. Don't scroll, because 9 symbolizes completion and wisdom gained. Listen to this. Completion here doesn't mean the story ends. Don't scroll, because it means a chapter has closed successfully. Listen to this. Wisdom replaces confusion when a chapter closes with understanding. Don't scroll, because understanding is what you now carry forward. Listen to this. Carrying understanding changes how future conversations unfold. Don't scroll, because future conversations will be calmer, clearer, and rooted in trust. Listen to this. Trust is no longer something you hope for. Don't scroll, because it's something you practice naturally. Listen to this. Practice makes trust durable. Don't scroll, because durability matters for what's ahead. Listen to this. The future your daughter is stepping into requires steadiness, not perfection. Don't scroll, because perfection pressures growth. Listen to this. Steadiness supports it. Don't scroll, because support is the theme now. Listen to this. Support shows up as consistency, presence, and patience. Don't scroll, because patience allows self-expression to deepen. Listen to this. Expression is becoming more confident. Don't scroll, because confidence grows when fear of misunderstanding fades. Listen to this. Misunderstanding fades when communication feels safe. Don't scroll, because safety has been established. Listen to this. Safety doesn't mean there will be no questions. Don't scroll, because it means questions can exist without fear. Listen to this. Fear no longer drives reactions. Don't scroll, because awareness does. Listen to this. Awareness is the fruit of this entire process. Don't scroll, because awareness prevents repetition of old patterns. Listen to this. Old patterns relied on silence or assumption. Don't scroll, because both have been replaced with clarity. Listen to this. Clarity invites cooperation. Don't scroll, because cooperation builds mutual respect. Listen to this. Respect strengthens identity. Don't scroll, because identity anchored in respect resists outside pressure. Listen to this. Pressure no longer dictates choices. Don't scroll, because discernment does. Listen to this. Discernment is a skill learned through experience and guidance. Don't scroll, because guidance has been constant. Listen to this. Even when it felt invisible, don't scroll, because invisibility doesn't equal absence. Listen to this. God's presence was working quietly. Don't scroll, because quiet work often lasts longer. Listen to this. You might notice 707 or 777 during moments of reflection or prayer. Don't scroll, because 7 represents spiritual wisdom and inner alignment. Listen to this. Inner alignment is now stronger than external noise. Don't scroll, because noise loses power when identity is clear. Listen to this. Identity clarity allows healthier relationships to form. Don't scroll, because relationships built on clarity are less reactive. Listen to this. Less reactivity means more understanding. Don't scroll, because understanding supports long-term connection. Listen to this. The exposure that once felt overwhelming has become a reference point for growth. Don't scroll, because growth often begins at moments we didn't choose. Listen to this. But how we respond determines the outcome. Don't scroll, because your response has been grounded. Listen to this. Grounding allowed healing to be steady. Don't scroll, because steady healing doesn't reopen wounds. Listen to this. It strengthens the surrounding tissue. Don't scroll, because strength here is emotional and spiritual. Listen to this. You may feel moments of gratitude that surprise you. Don't scroll, because gratitude signals acceptance. Listen to this. Acceptance allows peace to settle without denial. Don't scroll, because